This is Henry Ford. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this one, I'm going to explain the funnel agency client machine and how I took the car company and turned it into a funnel agency machine instead. So if you don't know, Henry Ford changed the way that you build cars. Instead of having one group of people just build the entire car from start to finish, he said, look, one person is going to stand here and just change, add the tires. One person, as the car moves forward, next person is just going to add the engine, just going to do this part, and they're just going to get really good at doing this part. And that's how they were able to accelerate the speed of manufacturing and just build more cars, streamline everything, build more momentum. And obviously I don't know their full history, but that's what I've read. So if we take the same mindset and we build a funnel agency the same way, wouldn't our business also become more streamlined? In this video, I'm going to explain the funnel agency client machine so you can set this up in your own business so that it runs more smoothly. It'll make your life so much easier because you have clarity on exactly what's going to happen. Here's where I just need to add more input to get more output. This is where I get more leads so I can turn it into more clients. And then this is kind of how I take a client and then make sure that they're happy with the results. We optimize it. We can even add more recurring revenue through split testing and that sort of stuff. So by the way, if you're also in Full-Time Funnel Designer, we have a link in the group as well, and in the course with all this stuff where you get the onboarding scripts, the funnel agency onboarding form, the invoice template, everything that we do to sort of make this client machine run even more smoothly. Okay, where do we start? Attracting leads. There's three main ways that I do. Number one is messaging. When you get someone messaging you because they saw your marketing, your content, your funnel portfolio, your designs, they reach out to you and they ask, typically the first question is, what do you charge for your funnels? Or can I see some of your portfolio examples? Or do you have any examples of funnels? Have you built funnels in this space? Like people send me messages all the time like, hey, have you built the funnels for real estate agents? Have you built any book funnels? Have you built any insert funnel type here? Right? And then email is if you reach out to people like, hey, I would love to give you like a funnel audit for free, no strings attached, like just respond to this email if you're interested. And you can even do like a Loom audit where you say, here's a video, a couple of things that I would change on your funnel. If you want me to build it for you, just let me know. And then referral, this could be either in your inbox or in your email, where someone says, hey, Gusten, I just want to introduce you to my good friend. I know you build funnels, amazing funnels, and so I just wanted you two to connect. And that's the first step in the client machine. It's just attracting those leads who are ready to pay you big money. So number two, we got qualification, or qualifying those prospects, because you don't just want to work with anybody. So number one, the way that I do it most of the time is just in inbox, ask a couple of questions, I go check out their links, their social media. I can do a little bit of research to see like, hey, this would actually be a really fun client to work with. Or it's like, nah, I don't know if I really feel it, and obviously if you need more clients, you should always say yes. But if you're like, I really have to pick between like all these leads, that's where you can be more picky. In an application, I've done this myself as well, where people apply to work with me, and sometimes I don't check my applications because there's one of the questions in the application is like, how much are you willing to invest in a funnel? And one person said, well, I've been multiple, but one recently said he was willing to invest 5 to 10,000 in a funnel. And I didn't reply because I didn't see it quick enough. And then I saw, I think a week later or something, and then was busy with like all the funnel work that I have already. So yeah, I lost 5 to 10,000 from that one, but you can set that up so it's automated as well. And then we got from once they're qualified, you can either do a Zoom call with them or a DM close, where you just like in Messenger, in Instagram inbox, email, you just reach agreement based on what they need. And we have the DM closing scripts for that, where tons of people are learning new ways to close clients without doing sales calls. So those are the two options there. And then once you have that, how do you send an invoice? What do you include in an invoice? Well, what you want to include is like all the deliverables, the timeline, when can they expect this to be done, and also if you have a guarantee like, hey, increased conversions or you don't pay, like full refund if we don't increase your conversions and that sort of stuff. Collect payments, so Stripe, PayPal, Payoneer, depending on what country you're in. And then this is where the fun stuff begins, because this right here is the client machine that will actually get them results, meaning they will buy from you more often. They also refer more people to you. So now you go from reaching out to people or posting content to get people to come to you, to instead just build a machine of like, you do a little bit of work, but mostly you build funnels and you get paid all the time for everything you do. And people just flock to you like, I want to work with you. And I have a friend who also needs a funnel, and hey, can I white label your services? Like the 7 different ways to get clients, if you remember those from the channel. In the onboarding, we have an onboarding form where you can also copy my questions from the onboarding form, just put them in an email and say, hey, if you can answer these questions, you know, attach the brand guideline and all the files, and typically everything you would ask in a form, but through email. Or you jump on a Zoom call, like, hey, I would just love to see kind of where your head is at when it comes to like the look of your funnel. Like, would you rather want a funnel like this? And then you show like an example, either from your own portfolio, or you can also find them from like Dribbble or Pinterest. And you show like, hey, here's kind of what I'm thinking for your brand. What do you think? Like, would you rather want this or this? So it could be different color combinations. It could be different fonts. But you give them the option to choose, like, I like that one more for my brand. Obviously ask questions like, hey, what are the problems that you solve? Like, what are the upsell pages? Do we have, like, what are the different offers do you have in your offer suite, your pricing, everything that you would normally ask on an onboarding call. And then you build the first draft. So funnel strategy, you research their industry, their niche, and then you build out the first wireframe, the structure. And then you build it out in your page builder. So for us, we use Clickfunnels. You can get actually 30 days for free. If you want to try out Clickfunnels, if you go in the description, there's a link there. Then you build it out and you send it to the client for feedback. So you get feedback. What I usually do is like, I do like a short screen recording, like a Loom video, and I say, hey client, excited to show you the funnel. Just want to let you know, like anything that you see, the color, the font, you know, whatever it is, just let me know and I can update it tonight or tomorrow. Like, you want to be positioning your message as like, hey, this is a draft. And obviously you want to wow them. You want them to be like, is this the draft? Like, this already looks amazing. You don't want to send out a draft that's like 50% because they can't see and visualize what it can end up as. So they might even ask for a refund if it's like ugly. So instead, what you want to do is you want to wow them, but it's still a draft because they haven't approved it. It's the first one. Then you make edits depending on what they request. So like, hey, can we add this testimonial? Can we maybe remove this image and use this one instead? That sort of stuff. And then maybe this section, the copy, it makes more sense to position it this way because that's what people typically talk about in this industry. Implement the edits and get feedback again. The client approves it. Transfer the funnel from your account, so your first bill in yours, you transfer it over. You set up the tech, add the domain, the autoresponder, everything that needs to be added, the payment integrator, the product, everything. Email sequence tracking, and then you go into optimize. So what you can do if a client is on the fence, but they haven't like agreed on a deal yet, you can say, look, what we'll do is we'll include a 30-day split testing period where we're gonna just build the funnel, duplicate it, change the headline, change a few things to test what works the best. And then from there, we're gonna optimize for 30 days to make sure they're actually converting. And even better, if you have a guarantee like, hey, if we don't improve conversions, then you don't pay. Then it's like you go from maybe closing 20% of your clients to 80% because there's no risk for them. You optimize it, and then after those 30 days, you can build the next funnel. If you're launching a new product, an upsell, maybe they want to redesign their homepage or something else because they want your new funnel to be the new standard for their brand. So they want to change this one and this one and this one. And so let's say you got paid 2,000 here and then 3 more funnels, like 2,000 to 2,000. You bundle that together, you say 5,000 for all 3, and I'll have them done in like 2 weeks, all of them. And your brand is gonna be looking like this for every place. And that's how you upsell them. You can also do like monthly where you say, hey, every month we're gonna do split testing. We're gonna keep testing your offers. We're gonna add more email sequences and track the open rate and click-through rate, conversion from there. And just add more upsells and build out a bigger email sequence to increase their overall revenue. And now you're not just a funnel designer, you're a funnel consultant and you're a funnel specialist, and people pay for that skill, for your knowledge. So that is the funnel agency client machine. Hopefully this helps you build a better funnel agency. If you see a place where you're like, man, I lack in this place, the onboarding hasn't been working and it's causing problems because the client isn't like sending me everything I need and it's causing delays, and I'm only charging 50% up front and I'm not getting paid the other stuff because we don't complete the funnel. I saw that, you know, someone recently posted that in the private community of full-time funnel designer. I was like, yeah, see, this is what we need. So I built this out. Hopefully this is helpful. If you want to learn more, if you want to work with me every single day, I'm in there answering questions. And let me tell you guys, the community, and I know I mentioned full-time funnel designer here a lot, but it's for a reason, because when I started out, I was alone doing this. Then the community started growing and we got some engagement. And then I started doing like weekly Q&A calls where people could ask me questions. And then it's just been growing where people are now separately without me. They're posting like, hey, let's do a huddle together. We jump on Zoom, we talk about like different funnels that our clients are doing. And then they're doing like, here's a new resource I found. Here's more illustrations. Here's a graphics library. Here's this funnel. Like this one is really working for me. And I saw a good friend of mine who's in the full-time funnel designer program as well in the private community. He said, look, I have a huge client. I can't even mention the name because it's such a huge brand. And he's like, who wants to brainstorm on this project? And so through 3 or 4 people jumped on Zoom, they brainstormed on everything. And so like, this is literally a community, a movement now taking place, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And I don't even take credit for any of it, because yes, I'm doing my part. I'm making all these videos, the course and the Q&A calls and everything, but it's you guys, it's the community that's building itself right now. And sometimes you don't invest into just the knowledge and the templates and the tools, the trainings, but you invest into a group of people who believe like you, who think like you, who act like you, to build a business kind of like you want as well. And that's what we all want. We want freedom. The way that it looks for you, it might look different. For me, it might look different, but everyone comes together because we have the same goals, and we help each other with building for clients, because we know as soon as we take care of clients, clients take care of us, we get paid. So that's how this business works, and that's why I love this community. That being said, if you want to learn more about FFD, there's a link in the description for a discount. And also, if you have any other questions on how this works, you can also comment below. I would love to hear from you more in the comments on these videos, because it inspires me to make more of them as well. That's it. I'll see you in the next one.